Chair approaches music the same way they approach everything else. They want to wow you. So I started working with Chair about 7 years ago. A friend of mine who was one of the original founding members invited me in to create music for Undertow. That led to Shadow Complex and eventually to Infinity Blades 1, 2, and 3. So Undertow is a great game. It's underwater, it's eerie, there's shadows, there's different races, giant creatures, people gunning at you. So I tried to, match the mood. It's stingers with violins and some drones that just underscore that immersive underwater experience. My approach to Shadow Complex evolved with the game. It's huge, the world is huge, and I think that that's probably the main character of the game, is this sprawling world, different screens, different levels, and so the music had to accommodate that. There's boss fights, minor fights, new rooms, underwater, rooms full of water, whatnot, and so I have to accommodate that with all this music. So the amount of music that Chair asked for Shadow Complex was a lot more than what I had for Undertow. I'd say to match the sci-fi nature of Infinity Blade, I'm doing a lot more experimentation with sound. And I'll use a lot of synthesizers just to get that sort of otherworldly sound to match that, but then I'm banging on old skin drums and huge barrels and whatnot because it's bombastic. I mean, these guys are fighting are 15 feet tall, 20 feet tall, and they're scary. In Infinity Blade 3, there's a piece called Ascension, and it's actually, I'm performing this vocal line, and I just go, rear, rear, rar, rear, 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 rar, rear. And I have this super low thing, and I've layered it 5 or 6 times, and I've added this subharmonic, plug-in to it to make it sound even more menacing. And as I was developing this music, I had someone listen to it, and they listened to just that intro for maybe 5 seconds and looked at me and they said, "What is wrong with you?" That was they had a look on their face and said, "What is wrong with you?" And I just said, "Thank you." I mean, all my greatest inspirations, whether it's Picasso in painting or Astor Piazzolla, this Argentine composer, or Beethoven or whoever, they all have demons. And I don't know if I've got those demons, but if people think that I do, then to me that's a compliment. It means I'm creating music that has personality and will be remembered for something.